Okay, we're live finally.
It was all Michael's fault.
It is. Yes, I am having technical difficulties apparently. How is everyone?
It's good. We're all good.
We're
Every
good.
one of us.
Peachy.
Amen. Let's get the ball rolling here, you guys. I do apologize for holding us up. I just completely restarted everything. Thank you all for being so patient. And a special thank you goes out to Miss Karen Radford for being our first commenter this evening. We really do appreciate it. Oh, there's an Amber Amy. She's listening in Chicago. So basically, Amy, you'll have moved a mile and we'll be wrapping it up at that point then. Right?
Sounds like LA.
Exactly.
Pretty
Hello, Linda. How are you this evening? Susan, darling, anybody that's maybe tuning in, and this is your first episode of Vintage Rescue Squad, Misty and I host a weekly vintage reseller chat. So it is just a chat this evening. There are no items up for sale, but we do appreciate you being here all. She's like, where's the stuff? I don't have time. I need the stuff. Hello, Mom, Son, and Thrifting. How are you? Vintage Show and Tell. We love when you get a notification. Little Miss Twinkle Toes. I won't wiggle my toes for you. I don't know. Maybe we should. I don't know. That might help.
I'm wiggling mine right now.
I am wiggling mine too. Jamie, Daniel, you
I think everybody is now. We're all wiggling our toes.
Wiggle.
Mine only wiggle on one side. Is that bad?
I don't know. You might want to see a doctor. Hello, LaDonna. How are you this evening? And Chris, ladies, thank you all for being here. Tammy and Darlene. Oh, let's not talk about the heat that is coming. I know it's on the way. Hello, Susan. I was like, excuse me? What was I showing last
night?
I missed that part.
My pinkies. My goodness.
Oh, man. I needed that laugh today.
Susan, my goodness. Hello, Mick and Holly. How are you all? Guten Tag, Heidi. How are you? Thank you for joining us. Hello, Kimmery. Okay, listen. Hello, everybody in the chat. Again, thank you all for being with us tonight. I'm going to go ahead and scroll down to the end because we know what Hello, Penny Sue. Hello, Jen. How are you? Hi, Tammy. Hi, Cindy.
Hi, Albert.
I say that every time, and then I start rattling.
I know, it's hard. You want to say hi to everybody.
I do. You don't want to feel like anybody's being excluded, but you guys, we do appreciate you all for being here and joining us again this Monday evening. We are very excited to welcome back two very special people. We love and we adore them. Let's go ahead and let them introduce themselves tonight. I guess we'll start ladies first with Jamie and Daniel, if you'd like to follow up, sir.
Well, I'm Jamie, and my channel is Mid-Century Wasted, and I do shopping videos, and I sell some stuff, and I have an eBay store and an Etsy store, and that's kind of the gist of it.
There you go. I love short and simple.
Yeah.
Hello, Tacky Troop. How's the Tacky Troop out there?
Tacky Troop, I haven't heard that yet. That's perfect.
I have the Tacky Troop. It's a thing.
Do you have your microphone right now?
What? Merch.
Do you have your microphone?
Yes, it's right here.
I know. I love when you're talking to your microphone.
Right,
I have microphone envy.
So my name is Daniel, and my channel is Tacky Is Me, and I only do live sales because I'm lazy and I don't do edited videos.
There you go.
And I don't have eBay, but things are changing. Things are in the work. Stay tuned. There's stuff happening in Tacky Land. So
Tacky Land. That's
Stay tuned.
Speaking of Tacky Land, today is Liberace's birthday. So happy heavenly birthday, Liberace, Mr. Showmanship.
How nice.
Sparkles for everyone.
Right.
Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle.
Are we supposed to just throw glitter in the air all day today?
Oh, you know what? Look.
Uh-oh.
You
Oh,
say it's my birthday. Da-na-na-na-na-na. We'll put him. Yeah, he's right there.
There you go. Oh, look at
Woo!
Guten Abend. I don't know. Lieber.
Abend
Guten
Lieber.
Abend, Lieber.
Lieber,
Guten
is
Abend
that
Lieber.
friend, Verna?
I don't know. So, you guys, too, I just want to let you know that down in the description of the video, you are going to find some links. Of course, you will find links for everybody that you are currently seeing up on the screen. That includes everybody's YouTube channel and their Instagram pages. All you have to do is hit those little blue links down there, and it'll take you to a direct link right to their website or their YouTube channel or their Instagram page. And it's all you have to do is hit follow and hit subscribe. Again, it's completely free. There's no obligation there on you. And it's just a really easy, simple way to show a little bit of support to some small businesses.
Yeah.
Now, that kind of, I guess, two things really quick. You guys, just because we are up here on the screen, please remember that you guys play an integral part in our conversation. So if you do have questions, please feel free to enter them into the chat, but just put them in all caps. That way they kind of stand out from the rest of the other conversations that are going on. We really do encourage it. And we, of course, will try to get to as many questions as we possibly can. I am notorious for getting like 20 minutes behind in the chat than where we are. So just bear with me in that regard. Now, I have a question then. So, and this is my first question. It goes for Jamie. Jamie, do you, so far as like your reselling, right? Your reselling business, do you consider yourself to be like a part-time or a full-time reseller?
Very part-time.
Okay.
Extremely part-time. Way more part-time than I would like to be.
Okay.
Well,
And it's because I'm also a full-time stay-at-home mom.
Yes, I
And
was
my
going to say
kids are real little still. They can't do nothing for themselves. They're always wanting food. I don't know. Like they're high maintenance right now.
Yeah.
So that's my full-time job. And then the part-time stuff is the YouTube and the reselling whenever I can, you know, be microwaving something for them and then doing an eBay listing at the same time.
Jamie is a trooper. Jamie is a trooper because she has come onto my channel and she's in California. So it's like 7:30 in the morning and she has come on my channel, and God bless her.
It's a little early, but I have little kids. They're up at 6. So I'm up too. So we're an early riser.
Kudos though for doing that.
Yeah.
Well, and not only that, I mean, she's got 2, little boys, and little boys aren't the quietest things ever. And she's got 2 very, I think that they know that when mom is working that they're, and in the summertime it'll be a little bit different with Blake home. You'll have a little bit more.
Hopefully, but he also sometimes he teaches summer school. Like last summer he taught summer school, and he coaches football, so he has to go anyway for summer football practice. So he's kind of almost year round now at his school, which is good for money, but bad for me.
Yeah. Well, with teaching, you kind of have to have something year round.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Otherwise, he only gets paid 10 months out of the year. So it's like those other 2 were like, what are we going to do?
Now,
there's always stripping, Jamie. He could always do that.
He hasn't come to that yet, but you never know. He put those pearls on the other night. That might be the next logical step.
Mm-hmm. Hey, you never know. There's a market for everything out there.
There sure is.
There's a market for everything. Yeah. Bearded men with pearls. Why not?
Yeah.
Now, I'm getting feedback. Is anybody else hearing it?
It's not bad. It's a little bit, but it's not bad.
It seems to have cleared up. Is that why you prefer like your eBay and Etsy? Because being a mother of 2 young children, like it's more convenient versus, because you have done Instagram and you have done live sales.
Yes. Well, Instagram, the drop sales on Instagram, those are good too. I just haven't really gotten maybe enough following or done it consistently enough for them to be very beneficial for me.
Okay.
But the going live is hard because I need to have the kids gone. Even in the house, if they're in the house at all, they're gonna be coming in. They're gonna they just know.
They're kids.
You know? Yeah, and they're 5 and 4. So they're the age where it's like, oh, we're not supposed to do that. Let's go wait outside the door and whisper stuff underneath the crack in the door, you know, like, so they're at that age right now. And once they're both in elementary school, because one is in elementary school now, then the other one's home with me, and then sporadically goes to preschool. When they're both in elementary school, which is like I'm a full year away from that, I'll have like all the free time in the world.
You'll be like Ariel singing "It's a Whole New World." Yeah, exactly. It kind of is. Yeah, and then but I'll say that those years go by so oh my God, fast. And once they hit school, they just like those years are gone. Yeah. So trust me, I've got 2 adult children, and those years just go by so fast. But
and I'm not anxious for it to happen. I'm not trying to rush them, but I know that is the one good thing as they get older is I will get more time. And when they're teenagers, they'll want to sleep in, and then I'll really be happy.
They are, and honestly, there is nothing like having a friend, you know, a friendship with your adult child. I mean, that you know, you have that bond as when they're little. But man, it's just so cool to just be able to hang out with them, with your adult children.
Yeah.
There's always stages to look forward to.
Right. Exactly. And then grandkids.
Oh, gosh.
Jeez.
Let's just push it all the way.
We took it there. We're in Back to the Future.
Yeah.
She said, let's go. Come on.
I know. I'm looking forward to it. I am looking forward to it.
Now, Daniel, you, if people aren't familiar or don't remember, but the last time you were on Vintage Rescue Squad, you were full time for 2 or 3 months at that point, I believe. Your last time on Vintage Rescue Squad, how have things been going for you now as a full-time reseller?
They've been going fine. Sourcing for me in this area is getting to be like, I went out just before this and got stuff for tomorrow's sale.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because I really had to look for it. And you know, the closer you get to a sale, the more you'll change your mind on what you'll pay for stuff.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
There are things that I passed up last week that I went in, I'm like, okay, we'll just get that.
Yeah. Well, and that happens too when you're editing videos. You're like, I'm going to go back. I know Michael has done that several times. I'm going back and getting that. Yeah.
I have to say that I'm very envious and jealous. There's the jealous thing again about seeing you all piling stuff in carts and buying stuff left and right. A little bit jealous, just a little bit.
Do you want some of my stuff? I'll send you a big box.
Now, this is interesting because I do want to see. Now, you, if I'm remembering correctly, Dan, you said like the last time you were on Vintage Rescue Squad, sourcing for you at a minimum really involves driving at least an hour. Is that?
I have 2 places here in town that I can source, but it is not like I can go there every day and get stuff.
Yeah.
The vendors just don't change their stuff up that much.
Yeah.
And our Goodwills are absolutely horrible.
Well, I mean,
they're horrible. When I watch those people in Pennsylvania and I watch those people in Colorado go into the Goodwills and fill their carts to the brim, I'm like, I want them to come with me, and I want them to come shopping in my Goodwill.
Yeah, Goodwill's
because it's mainly Dollar Tree stuff.
It is. Goodwill's in the Midwest. Goodwills in the Midwest are not good. They're just
to one,
and ours is very, very, very small too. On top of it,
yeah,
and we're not in a we're in a poorer area. I'll just put it that way. So I mean, I just quit going there because there's just, and plus they're raising their prices.
Yeah,
I can get stuff cheaper in an antique mall than I can at Goodwill. It's amazing. It just flabbergasted.
Well, that's what it's like out here. Yeah.
And then I do have to travel around 40 miles basically to 50. Or if I go meet somebody like Misty, then I'll have to travel a little ways. But I mean, that's all part of it. And the only bad part about that is I have an older car, and I just hope and pray we get there and we get back.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Now, Jamie, you just recently, you and Blake went kind of cross country, and
Yeah.
I heard you kind of were like saying, like you said, you stopped at one in Iowa, where you guys were stopping at various, antique or vintage and thrift
Yeah.
stores. Did you notice like a change in pricing and goods so far as Goodwills or
So
thrift stores?
the like the Goodwill, the only Goodwill we went to was in Iowa, and it
Okay.
happened to be kind of right next to where Blake's grandma lives, because we went to Iowa to visit Blake's grandma, and it was right in her town, and oh boy did it stink. It was horrible. It was the worst Goodwill I've ever been in probably in my whole life.
Sometimes
And it
they
was
literally stink.
Yeah, it did literally stink. But it had clothing, and then all the hard goods were on the shelf above the
Oh,
clothing. And I was just like, I gotta walk through the whole dang store. Are you serious?
Yeah.
For like,
Well,
I got one little toothpick holder. That's it. That's the only thing I got. Now, I will say it was very cheap. And Blake
okay.
found some records, and they were 3 for $1 for records. And he was gonna buy one. She was like, well, they're 75 cents each, or 3 for $1. So he was like, okay. And he went and grabbed a couple more.
Yeah.
But that was it. That's all we could see or find there. On the other part of town, in the same city, there was a privately owned thrift store,
Okay.
which my shopping video for that will be releasing Wednesday morning. And that's one of those things where I'm watching myself shop and being like, I need to go back there. It was the best thrift store I've ever been in my entire life.
Okay.
And every single thing in there was vintage, and it was all like
Good.
25 cents, 50
Yeah.
cents. And I was like, this is where it happens. This is the place. Why would anybody give anything to Goodwill when a place like this is in the same town? So I was like, that's where people go to find their vintage stuff. So it was completely different than out here. You don't see little privately owned thrift stores hardly at all out here. They're all just Goodwill, Salvation Army, that kind of thing.
And
So
Jamie's
yeah,
in California. She's in Southern California.
Right. But there's a ton of stores here, tons of stores. But there's also a ton of competition because there's a ton of people. So I feel like it kind of evens out. Now the antique stores that we went to, because that was mostly what we went to, were antique stores. I was a little surprised that they were kind of every bit as expensive as California for the most part. I still was able to get some stuff, but it felt kind of the same as being out here, as far as you've got to kind of look at everything to find the things that are cheap enough that you could resell them. So
I think though in California though too probably is a little bit more difficult because the population out there when you're looking for mid-century modern and kitschy items like that, that's what's everybody else out there is looking for. But like if you're looking for primitives and stuff, you can probably score some for a pretty decent price or for resale. But out here primitives are very expensive because that's what everybody locally wants. And I can find mid-century modern things all the time because nobody really.
I will say in Iowa specifically, I saw more mid-century modern stuff than I've ever seen like in one place. It's like, I don't know if it's less popular there, so there's just more of it left over, or if it's starting to shift where that is becoming more trendy out there now. I'm not sure, especially like in Des Moines in the city. There were some antique stores we went to that, I mean, it was like the only thing in there was mid-century modern stuff, and I was like, wow, oh, wonderful.
Awesome.
So I'm not sure how what is super trendy and popular there versus what is just kind of like the leftover stuff.
Well, and also like I make it sound like in my area there's like absolutely nothing. That's not the problem. The problem is the prices.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of antique dealers around this area. So we're all out there trying to find the stuff. And then we find the stuff and they're putting prices up. at retail or above sometimes. So I see things I would like to get, but I can't get them because, and also, and I know Misty's going to hate this. Also, I'm not as well established as, say, Misty
Oh,
or Michael. So what I can buy with what people will buy it for is a total different market than what Misty or Michael or Jamie. They're more, and I'm not being disparaging on that. It's
Right.
just they're.
Yes.
I mean, that's throughout all of retail. It's that way. You have your levels.
Daniel and I have talked a lot about this, and I've told him I don't understand, like, because Daniel and I have had this conversation, you know, like we can sell the exact same thing, and it may not sell on his sell, and it sells on mine, and it all it boils down to is volume. That's all it boils down to. It isn't you know, I have this and it's so much better than what it's just that it's the matter of the eyes of the people that are on it. So I don't know. It's a hard dynamic. It really is, because I'm always, I want to make, I want everybody to be able to say, look at all these sales, go to all of these sales. And, you know, we try to be supportive and do that and make other sales and sellers known. But at the end of the day, it's a weird, I don't know. It's just weird to me.
Well,
I don't understand it fully.
It's because you've established yourself. You've worked hard to get where you're
I
at.
know that, Daniel, but you work hard.
No. Let's honest. I am very honest with myself. Let's back this up, Misty.
Not that hard.
Listen,
Not Misty hard.
before Daniel begins with what I know he's going to say, and I know what he's going to say, it's because this is something that I do want to put out there on behalf of Daniel. Is every time, Daniel, you have been on Vintage Rescue Squad, or when you do host your morning chats, you are so self-aware, and you are so willing to speak the truth to that. Like, I sincerely, that is so respectable, and that is such a rare trait in this world today. It is a treat.
Trait.
It is. It's a treat of a trait in this world today. So I commend you, and I cannot applaud you enough for being wholly honest and self-aware and willing to share that with people. Like, it is so commendable. I genuinely applaud you for that. But sorry, I had to interject that somewhere tonight.
I 100% agree. I do.
It's a learning process. This all is a learning process. And sometimes I just have to stop myself and say, now, let's look at things now. For instance, what we were just getting ready to say, let's step back, because yeah, I do my thing, but let's compare Misty and Michael's content to what Daniel does. Daniel does live sales, and that's it, because he's I won't say lazy, because I know you all don't like that, but it's my tacky world. Daniel's lazy and he doesn't want to do edited videos. Well, I'm going to work on that, but it is you get rewarded for what you put out there. And you guys are constantly, I listen to you. You're out there all the time and doing the videos and thinking of your people and all this stuff. And I'm thinking, what am I going to have for my next sale?
Well, we are, though. We 100%. You know what I mean? But that's part of it. And I would encourage you, though, to Daniel, to begin to make, posted content, because that posted content is going to show different aspects of yourself. And in doing that, even though you're talking about vintage or you're shopping, you inherently come through as an individual, as a human being. And it is that really is the driving force behind social media. And when you then have a business on top of that, then that is how you're going to build your reputation. And it's not that you have to make 5 videos. Don't do that then. Make 1 video a week.
Yeah.
Make 1 video a week. But start somewhere. but the key is to start somewhere.
Well, we
And
have to recall, I started with edited videos.
But you stopped.
But I stopped because
Why?
the live sales are easier.
Oh.
And the live chats. I
but-
love the live chats.
Yeah.
I love communicating with the people. I like doing that. It's my thing. But I also know you have that audience for that amount of time, especially if it's a sale. And you just basically know that that's it then. But if you have an edited video on there, that you're not doing a sale where somebody's going to say, well, the sale's over, so there's no point in watching it. If you have that video there, then people are going to come in at different times and keep coming in. And
the thing of it is,
I know this stuff.
Daniel, I know you hate the shop with me, and the shop with me's are very, very difficult until you get the hang of it. They really are. And there are, you know, when I first started doing shop with me's, I literally would not I would record the whole time and not hit stop. And then when I'm editing them, I'm like, oh my, it takes so
forever.
long.
Yeah.
So the key is to just do you're doing quick cuts. And I know I have to edit my videos, and I don't over edit, but I have to. Otherwise, it literally will be me walking in a circle talking to myself. I mean, incoherently, because that's what I do. So, I mean, I want to edit out the because I'm doing that a lot, and
me too.
So you can edit out those little weird things that you do,
idiosyncrasies,
or like the whole time where your camera is just swinging at your hip.
Oh God, yeah.
Recording.
Edit that out.
You're like, how did that happen?
Your feet. Or you're recording it and you're talking about it, and the thing is here, and you're recording way up here or way down there, and you're like, they can't even see what you're pointing at. And when you're editing, I'm like, you're an idiot. Do you ever do that? Like, my goodness, you need to be fired.
Yeah.
You know, but
see, go ahead.
I'm just saying that you learn different things to make it easier, because we're all a little lazy. I don't want to sit and edit a video. I'm so sick of seeing myself sometimes.
Oh my God. Yeah, me too.
And you're just like, gosh,
and
why
I've
does anybody
done shop-alongs? I do have them on my channel. They're old, but I do have them on there. It's my problem is, if I'm not passionate about something, or it's not bringing me joy, Daniel's not going to do it. No matter how many. Just ask Misty and Jeffrey. They tried their darnest to get me to film when we all met up.
I was ready to whoop his butt.
Well, you know what though, but I want to use Jeannie's comment to Jamie as an example though, because and Jeannie's referring, the road trip. And that's the thing though, is like, Jamie's ability to record and edit and put that out there allows people to connect with Jamie. And not only to connect with Jamie, but Jamie's providing them a really amazing experience. And then they see Jamie select that one thing and they fall in love with that thing too. And are there maybe identical or similar things? Yes. But it's not the one that Jamie found. That's the one they fell in love with. That's how Jamie builds her brand. That's how Jamie then begins to have buyers maybe that are willing to spend a little bit more on that one from Jamie versus the same one that they don't know where it came from, and it's that object, right? That object doesn't have that experience attached to it, doesn't have that moment, doesn't have that connectivity attached to it. So what I would simply say is that if you are, well, not if, but you are doing this full time now. So I would just say that if you really do want to take your business to the next level, and I bet that you do, then it might be something that you would want to consider to help grow and expand your business into the future.
Yeah.
That's just food for thought.
Well, and Daniel, his haul videos were always fun to watch. I always liked
a haul video.
I did them all the time.
But it's still a haul, and you're still explaining why.
My problem is now that I'm having a hard time sourcing, I find them the day before
Right.
and I have to
yeah.
get them ready for the sale. So I really don't have time to do the whole video
Right.
before I could get it out for people to see it before the sale. And then it's like, so
Have you thought about going to the antique mall and maybe making some contacts that way? And sometimes if you find out the vendor and you can get their information and you can email them or something, you might be able to get some things from them, because I'm telling you what, if they've had things for a long time, they're waiting on someone maybe to make them an offer on something. So it's just,
I've talked to them
and they're like, no.
no, not that. They will give you a % off, but the ones that I like have their prices
way up
there anyways. Even with 20% off or whatever the % would be, it's still too much in my audience to buy to try to make any money off of. I would just be basically reselling that item for me to ship it.
Yeah.
Have you tried auction sites or going to a live auction?
Here's the funny thing. So I've just got into that. I actually signed up for an auction thing. I missed the one that ended yesterday, and there's one ended tonight that I totally forgot about.
See, I don't have the brain to do the live auctions, or not the live auction.
And I didn't bid on anything because I found out through this service, they put $1 hold on your card when you do a bid. And I'm like, wait a minute. So if I bid on 25, 26 items, you're going to be holding $26, and then that doesn't fall off for 5 to 7 business days? No.
That's a weird. I've never heard.
Yeah. I'm like, no. So
what about?
I don't want to come off as that I'm complaining or that it is working for me. It is working for me. It's just more difficult here lately, especially since my old honey hole went away. That broke my heart. It broke my heart. It broke my little tacky heart. My little tacky heart got broke on that, and I still grieve over it. But it's working. I just am working my way through things, and like I said, there's some things that's happening within the next few weeks that might change things.
Good.
Yes.
2 weeks.
But it's not what you think, Misty. It's not what you think, Misty.
Well, I know 2 things.
Okay. Well, before we get onto that, because I know the discussion is going to inevitably get there, I think Big Fins has a really interesting comment. And Jamie, Misty, would love to get your input on this, but it is saying that, and I've seen it in comments to my videos too, so this is not something new. Yeah. But the idea or concept of when you are a YouTube content creator who is going around doing shop with me videos with the intention of reselling the items, a lot of people prefer to be able to purchase those items after the videos have been published. How do you guys handle that?
Well, for me, that's not usually a problem because I buy things, I make videos, and then it sits in my house for like months until I finally sell it. So I have the opposite problem as Daniel. I have way too much inventory and not enough time to list everything on eBay or Etsy, and not really enough time to have like a weekly, or just can't find the right spot really to have a weekly sale. You know what I mean? Where it fits in with my kids' schedule and Blake's schedule and all that. So more live sales would help me tremendously because you get through a lot of volume all in one moment, right? I will say the sale I'm going to be in with Misty on Wednesday, I did put some things in that sale that I got on my trip that people haven't seen yet in the videos. There are a few things, and it's because when I was sourcing, I knew that this sale was going to be coming up. Yeah. So when I was shopping, I had the sale in mind, and some stuff I bought specifically to be in Misty's sale, and I just haven't gotten the videos up yet. So, because I post videos every 3 days, and I'm not going to just, break my neck trying to edit more videos than that, because that's already way too hard. So, because I can only edit them like at night after the kids go to bed. So I'm like, what am I doing right now on this video? It's good enough. Let's just upload
Good
it.
enough. It's good enough.
So, but I do think about that because, I'm like, I want people to see me get excited about it when I find it, because I think that helps a lot, when you're like, oh my God, this is the coolest thing. Oh, look, it's only 75 cents. I can't believe it. This is awesome. And then you put it on a sale and somebody's like, oh, she got that at that really cool place in Iowa. And she only paid 75 cents for that. That's so cool. I really like that. Yeah. And I think that drives up like an excitement about something.
Yeah.
And the other thing I wanted to mention was about doing the shop-alongs and stuff. I think the more people get to know your personality, the more they do trust you. And if you talk about how you're obsessed about shipping, and it's different than just buying something off of eBay from some random stranger. You don't really know if you should trust them. Like, yeah, if they have a lot of positive feedback, then you can kind of feel a little bit better. But they know us now. The more videos, the more content we make, they know us, and they know that we're not going to just like throw something in a poly mailer, some glass in a poly mailer and send it out and bring it.
We're not even going to discuss that tonight.
Sorry to bring that up. I know it's a sensitive subject. But you know what I mean? There's more of a bond. Yeah. When they see you shop, they want to know why you picked this over this, and they get to know your personality better. And like, I hope people think, oh, I know if Jamie's selling a Pyrex, she's going to know about that Pyrex because she has a big Pyrex collection and she's always looking at the Pyrex when she shops. So I feel safe buying it from her, knowing it's going to be the right price. It's going to, all the condition issues, she knows what to look for. It's not going to be some knockoff or something. Not that they really do that with Pyrex, but you know what I mean? Like you earn a reputation by making these videos. So
yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Absolutely. Oh, go ahead, Daniel. Go ahead.
Along with the shopping videos, the things that I have discovered that I like doing, that I've been trying to do more of, is Instagram Reels.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because you don't have to sit there and talk about the product. You don't have to do anything. You get on there for Michael likes 15, I like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Cool. Mine are 30.
I set mine for 60 seconds. Typically.
Well, I set mine for 30, and it usually doesn't go completely to there. Right. I just get on there and do. It's fun. I like that because I can do my little personality thing while I'm doing it, but I don't have to talk about anything. It's there to show people, and it does draw interest.
Yes.
I'm trying to get better at it, trying to get back at it, but it's obviously
fun.
like today, I would have liked to have done a reel, but it ain't going to happen because I just got in with the stuff and I got to prep it. I got to get it ready. And if you put up a reel at midnight, it's not going to do.
Daniel, you could do a reel while you're shopping of a really quick little, it doesn't have to be a whole video, but it's still making that connection with people.
Ones where you walk up to the shelf and you grab the thing and then you put it in your cart.
And you can download that reel and then re-upload that reel on your YouTube Shorts.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Really? See, I don't know this technical, dare I say, crap.
Well, I mean, it's a lot. I mean, it really is. I mean, there's probably so much more that I could be doing if I knew how. And I just it took me a long time to figure out that I could extend the time on my reels. Like I was like 30 and it would cut me off. And I'm like, how do people talk that fast? Or how do people have these long, but you just kind of play around with it until you figure it out, I guess. But yeah, I've been posting a lot more on TikTok too, by encouragement of my daughter, because I just was like, I just don't know about TikTok, but I just been reposting things.
It's kind of the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just kind of the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as the selling things before the video goes, I typically try to wait and sell something after the fact because I do bring that call to action in the video. At the end of the videos, I'll say, if you see something that you might be interested in, you can send me an email. Now, some things I did specifically am saving for a live sale. But sometimes Karen just messaged me tonight, and I'm selling her something that was in a video. So I mean, you can do that. It just is another way that you can sell an item if you do that way. But honestly, sometimes, guys, we're so excited to bring you something, and that video isn't out yet, and we just can't help it. We're just so excited. We want to bring it to you right now. And so that sometimes happens too.
Well, the other downfall that I found, especially if you're going to do it kind of like quote unquote part time, is that you for like the sales and the videos to match up, and it's going to be situational because it's going to depend on how many videos you're putting out and how many sales that you're having. But you can like say you're going to do 3 videos a week and you buy 5 to 10 items per video, then you're looking at anywhere at a minimum from 15 to 30 items, and you're sitting on that. And for a lot of us, we're using our homes to sell out of. So then you start acquiring. And so you're constantly like, it gets very chaotic very quickly when you do that. As good as you may be, like, and I was really good, you end up because I was doing it and I would just sell them and then the video would go out and sell it and then the video would go out and then I was reading people's comments and then I got ahead. But the problem was then I end up with chaos.
Well, honestly, as a reseller, the goal is to you buy something, you sell it. You buy something, you sell it. You buy it, you sell it. We don't want to have shelves and shelves full of things. But then all of a sudden,
storage
you have
units,
shelves and shelves full of things. So
and see, that's one of the reasons. Another reason I don't like shop-alongs, because you get in your head, oh, I got to go shopping because I need a video.
you need a video.
I got to go shopping because I
Absolutely.
need a video. Oh, I got to go shopping
Yep.
and I need a video. That's why mine kind of stopped, because all of a sudden I had stuff just sitting everywhere and I'm like, I can't stand this anymore. So I've been trying to work through that. That's why I've been doing the buying just before a sale and then also grabbing things, because I still have a lot of stuff that I'm going to have to end up taking back to Goodwill because it's stuff I bought long ago that is just not going to sell. It's just not.
We all have those piles. I have those piles too. The thing of it is though, with the shop, when your viewers are used to shop with me videos, and you do live video, my live videos do not get the traffic as a shop with me video. I put out a question today on my community tab because I have a lot of ephemera I've been buying, and I thought, well, I wonder if I should do, because I bought a big crate full of antique postcards, and I thought, this would be cool maybe to do a haul. And but I know people, like, it was overwhelmingly the amount of people said yes, do it. But I know that video will not perform nearly as much as a shop with me video. And but here's the caveat: I'll have fun doing it. And honestly, we got to have fun with what we're doing. The shop with me videos are fine, and that's how you grow your channel, because those are the ones that YouTube is going to promote and put in the algorithm, because those are the ones that advertisers are going to want to pay for. The live videos just don't perform as well.
right?
But we have to do what we want. Well, sometimes we have to do what we want to do because it's our channel, it's our business, and we can do that.
Yeah, 100%. And talking about doing what you want to do, Tammy is asking now, not whether we like it or not. Keep in mind, she's not saying if we like it or not, but do you find it easier to talk while you're filming or to film and then do it? What do you find easier?
Easier. It's easier for me to talk while filming if Blake or somebody is with me.
Okay.
And it depends. Like if I go primarily to estate sales when I'm home. Sometimes antique stores and thrift stores, but sometimes it's like really quiet in there and everyone's really kind of weird. And or sometimes they're so intense and there's 5 bazillion people where if I tried to talk, you wouldn't be hearing me anyway. You'd be hearing this guy fighting with that guy, and then they're yelling at each other about who got mine and
crying or
yeah. So it really depends. I prefer to talk while I'm shopping. But you know, there's the music and the stuff is happening. So I've actually started I have a video that I filmed before our trip and I didn't have a chance to edit it and get it up before we left. So it'll be coming who knows when. It's in the works. But I'm trying a new way to edit because there was we were at a flea market and there was a lot of chaos going on. It was a really windy day, so there's a lot of like sounds that I had to do something with. So I'm kind of starting to now put some music, fade the music out, do some voiceovers, cut the music away when you can hear my voice and when I was shopping and kind of mixing it all together. And it's actually turning out kind of fun. And I kind of, you know,
different elements
over when I can. And then also having those like initial reactions, because that's what I miss with the voiceover is if I was like, oh my God, look at this while I was filming, then I just have to like dump that. And it's like, oh, but that was cute. That was good. That was fun. That was exciting. So I'm kind of trying to like do both, you know?
I know what Misty's going to say.
My brain will not allow it. I can't.
Voiceover?
I've tried them and I just can't. I move too fast. I know that's one of my issues with my filming because my brain is just constantly my brain and my body don't always sync up in time. And I've tried it where I'm editing it and I've tried a voiceover and I just can't do it. And I kind of like my videos to be like, I like for my viewers to see my authentic reaction to something.
I like those too. Yeah.
So, I mean, there is definitely benefit to it. Like I love Michael's videos and his voiceovers because they're very like, when I compare like his videos to my videos, like, which I know we shouldn't compare, but I'm just doing like
different
his
styles.
videos are calming and like, I feel like he gives a lot of good information.
Oh yeah.
And then I'm just like, pew, 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 you know, all over the place. So, I mean, I guess it just depends on what kind of mood you're in that day of what you would want to watch, because I don't know, I get very relaxed when I watch Michael's videos, and I don't rewatch my videos because I'm done seeing them.
Oh my God.
But
no.
Yeah. But yeah, Michael, he's very, very good at a voiceover.
Well, thank you. But see, that's how my brain works.
Right.
Like, because I used to talk when I started, I would talk when I filmed. And I noticed like it takes me so much longer in one place if I'm talking while I'm filming versus when I film and I do the voice. It's like I'm so focused on that's not going to be a good shot. Oh no, that's not giving me the right visuals. Do you know what I mean? Because otherwise I'll be like, da, 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 and I can talk to you guys. Like, and I will, and I bet Jamie and Misty and Daniel, when you did it, like when I'm talking to you. Like you're standing beside me. So I can have a full on conversation. The next thing I know, there's 40 minutes of video and I'm like, I didn't even find anything. I haven't even been shopping. I've been walking around just chitty chatting.
Yeah.
So that's why I do prefer, and I don't have to worry about music. I don't have to worry about this, that, or what point. Though I will say I have been trying to leave in.
I like that ambient
noise. Yes.
I like that.
Yeah.
I do like that. I like that ambient noise in the background.
As long as it's not wind blowing on a microphone.
Or screaming children.
Yeah.
It never seems to fail. My video that went out today, there were screaming children. And I was like, and sometimes you're like, who brings a baby into an antique mall? You know, I found myself being that person. I never was like,
kind of feel that way too.
I was like, who bring that screaming baby? But I used to bring screaming babies in the antique mall, but I was like, ooh,
can't
that's
afford to do that.
right.
I will own half the antique mall if I bring my tornado children. It would be bad.
Tornado children.
There you go. And that's just the thing, Spirit.
Yeah.
You got to
I
do
agree.
whatever works best for you.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely.
And if you do that, your videos are the best they're going to be. If you're trying to force yourself to do something that doesn't work for you, your video is going to suck.
Right. I agree. Yeah.
Well,
you have to be authentically you.
You have to do what pleases you, because it's like a doctor. You're going to have half the people that like this and half the people like that, and you can't please everybody. So you have to please yourself.
Absolutely.
I think that's the whole thing about YouTube, is people can tell when you are liking something or when something's frustrating you. So you need to do what makes you happy. And right now it's lives for me.
No, I mean, I think that there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, you have to do what's working for you in the season that your business is in right now.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing is here's some more realness.
Okay, real.
I don't have time to judge myself on a live, but I do when I film.
Interesting.
And so it always makes me stop. Whereas if you let me flip my lips on a live, I ain't got time to be thinking about nothing, or how stupid I look, or this is boring, or this makes no sense. Nobody's going to like this. That's why I like lives, because there's no time to judge myself.
Do you know what's interesting though to me with that comment though? For me, it's the total opposite. For me, it's been very freeing to me to just be who I am.
Yeah.
Have I gained a lot of weight this year? Absolutely, I have. Do I hate my arms? Yes. Do I? So I mean, it's weird. It's weird to me because maybe it's just because I'm knocking on 50's door. Maybe it's just my age. I'm at the point where I don't care.
Well, I'm in the front room waiting for you. So
right, but I mean,
we've been past that 50 door.
To me, I've always been very self-conscious and very judgmental of myself, but it's kind of been the opposite thing for me, and I don't know why that is, but it's been very freeing in some aspects. That's kind of weird. That's a good kind of it's an interesting to hear that from you, Daniel, but because I feel the opposite. So
well, I think I think we're all like that, though. I think that there are all maybe characteristics, whether they're internal or physical. But like it's kind of like one of those things. It's like you try to avoid it in real life, but then as you're having to watch on video, you watch it every day for 3 hours. You watch it another day every day. So it's like you're desensitizing yourself to the very things that are your biggest hangups until you're so used to them that there's still hangups, but they're not as weighty, I guess, as they once were when you didn't have to see them every single, like you can't avoid it. You cannot be on camera and avoid it. Yeah.
When I started making videos, and I was the same, I have a similar thing, Misty, where I never would have thought in a million years that I would go live on something or make public video, like public speaking or anything like that. Like I would rather go to the dentist and have a root canal years ago, right?
Or give birth, or
anything to avoid speaking publicly anywhere at any time. But the more I did it, I did get completely desensitized to any kind of criticism to myself. And then as people started being complimentary and saying, I love your videos, the positive feedback was so overwhelmingly more than any troll negative crap that came out of it, that I was like, oh. And then of course finding my people who are just as excited about all this stuff as me, that helped a lot too. Like, well, this isn't even about me. This is about the cool stuff that I'm showing you. So it helped a lot, I think.
I think you're right. I think finding your people, because like if we all were in a room together, the conversation would never end. Do you
Oh
know what I
yeah.
mean? So
Yeah.
I mean, you are able to be yourself and around people that also like this weird and quirky things that you like. And I think that it is very freeing for you just to be you and, you know, 30, 40 pounds that you've gained. And you know what I mean?
And nobody cares.
Nobody
Yeah,
cares.
yeah.
Yeah, I want to say thank you guys all for the sweet compliments. I do see them. Thank you. I do not take compliments very well. Michael knows this, but thank you. I do see them and thank you. Very sweet.
Now, Vintage Gates is asking, and I don't know if it's do males per se or what, but I think it's applicable, I guess.
Yeah.
Do you feel, talking about maybe certain self-conscious issues, do you feel a need to want to put on makeup or anything like that before you film?
Just depends on what the video is, really. I mean,
Okay.
if I'm going out shopping, I'm kind of I got my makeup on and stuff, But like Thursdays, I mean, Michael knows that Daniel has seen it several times. I'm like, I look like the troll that lives under the bridge because Thursdays are the only days that I don't have to put any makeup
Yeah.
on, and I do not. But I will say, it is very freeing sometimes to just go live, no makeup, just how you are. I mean, who cares
Yeah.
about what you look like? That's not what matters. But I get it, Derek. I get that self-consciousness of it. I do.
And okay, so this is what I will say. If you are a guy and you feel the need to do it, then do it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
This
Do
is the 20,
whatever
we
makes you
are in the
comfortable.
21st century. Whatever it is that you want to do with your life that isn't hurting anybody else, then do it. And, just as Misty was saying, do it without makeup for the ladies out there, or guys.
Yeah.
The people that are going to care or criticize you for having a blemish or a wrinkle
You don't need them.
probably really aren't the people that
Yeah.
you would want around you in real life. And that's kind of the beauty and the curse, I guess, of social media is that those kind of things are very easy to turn off. And any of us, regardless of content creator or even just somebody that watches YouTube, we all have the ability to block people
Yeah.
or mute them
Yes,
on
we
social
do.
media so we don't have to hear their opinions. Like, oh, it's one thing to have opinions, but it's another thing to like criticize
Just
somebody
be
over
mean.
something that's unconsequential to who they are as a human
Yeah.
being. Like,
It's kind of a fine line, though, to some extent, though, too, because at the end of the day, we all are trying to run a business. And I
mhm,
want my business because I take my business very seriously. I want to come on and be prepared and not be fumbling over my words. And, when we have a live sale, I want everything out and ready. I know I'm having a live sale every Tuesday, every Wednesday. I need to be prepared for that and ready to go. When I hit that camera on, I am prepared. My list is ready. My items are ready. I'm ready.
Yeah.
Now, what if I have makeup on or whatever, that doesn't matter to me, but I think the majority is not to be a chaos. Don't be
Yeah.
a chaotic that you're trying to this is your business, and so you need to have some professionalism as far as running your business. And yeah, the eating and stuff, I mean, come on, will have like some peanuts or something like that because we're it's an evening time sometimes, and you're like, but that said, if you're going to have a live set, I have a live sale at 1 o'clock. If I'm going to eat lunch, I need to eat lunch at
Yeah.
noon. You know
yeah,
what I mean? I'm not going to eat lunch during my sale. If I'm
no,
running
Well, like a
behind,
pizza?
yeah,
I drink, as you've
I
seen.
do
I've
too.
taken drinks
I have
tonight because
Yeah.
when I'm
You have
talking,
to.
my mouth goes dry, and I drink all day long, anyways. Not water, not healthy water or anything, but
What, booze? You
tea.
boozing on anyone?
No, honestly,
are you
if y'all want to
confessing
know
something else?
something, I have never had alcohol in my life, so
Really?
I'm just saying.
I have another friend
Give
who's
me a
same
Mountain
thing.
Dew and give me tea, and we're good to go.
Oh, Daniel,
Okay.
I don't even need
don't
Mountain
mention
Dew.
Mountain Dew, Daniel.
Hey, Misty, I
Oh.
have not had a Mountain Dew, and I don't know for how long. Now
Oh,
it's just tea.
okay.
Yeah. No, I haven't had a
Mhm.
Mountain Dew for a while.
I miss it.
Yeah.
But and I
It's only
also
been 3
I wanted to talk about the
days.
makeup thing, and
Yeah.
I obviously don't, because here's the thing:
Obviously.
you have seen so many things, especially with Instagram. They do these filters.
I love a good filter.
I hate them. I hate when people
What?
use
Oh,
filters.
I
I
love
hate it
filter.
because if I meet you and I have a perception of you, and then you look totally different than that, and I'm like, why are you scared to be yourself?
Fair.
I
Because
don't know
they
who
give you
you are. I don't know
lashes.
who you are. It's like you
Amen.
were showing me you were driving around in a Rolls Royce, but you drive a car like me that's a little accent. I mean,
Well,
what's the point?
I'm not mad at like having 19-year-old skin again, though. I mean, truthfully,
I like that. My favorite is the eyelash one.
I like
That's
the
my favorite
lashes.
one. That's my favorite one,
Yeah.
and I use that one a lot.
if you can just smooth, I'm good with the just smoothing of the skin. Otherwise, I don't care. If you can smooth out my skin, I don't really care.
You know what? I'm an old, wrinkled, slightly voluptuous man.
Oh, you're full voluptuous and you're beautiful.
So
I wish I was a little
we're
more
just gonna go
voluptuous.
with that. I don't want anybody to be shocked when they see me in person.
You know what, Daniel? I have
Oh.
seen you in person, and you are a beautiful, beautiful man.
A beautiful man.
Thank you.
The only thing that people are surprised about when they meet me is my height.
Oh
Oh.
God,
Every
I
time.
was. I was
Every
like,
time. Every time.
and I think that's one like my first words to you when we first met. Face
Oh
to
my
face.
God, you're so tall.
How
No,
tall are you?
6'2".
Oh my.
But he
Yeah.
seems
Taller than
so
Blake.
much taller than 6'2".
No. That's the first thing. You're taller than I thought you were. Oh, you're taller than I thought you were. I'm like, oh.
See,
All right.
my thing is with meeting people, I'm always afraid they're going to say, well, you're a lot grumpier and fatter than what I thought you were.
People tell
Here's
me that I'm
worse.
shorter than what they thought because I'm
Oh.
only 5'3".
Mhm.
I just got a big
You're
personality.
itty bitty.
She is. She's tiny.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
like,
I'm not
oh,
tiny, but
little.
I'm
You are tiny.
short in stature.
You're tiny. Now, Sandra is just to completely shift gears, I guess. Sandra is asking, what's the one thing that you will save every time you find it, no matter what condition it is in?
Cupies,
Cupies. That's a good one.
baby teddy bears.
Did you see the Cupid I sold?
When did you sell it? Tuesday? Oh, I wondered what that was. I was like, is this like a blow up doll behind Daniel? What's going on there? Oh,
Oh,
where'd she at?
Oh, that's the chatware.
Yeah,
I have
I'm
Patty
there.
Kate.
Oh, she's
It's
in the
so
other room.
angry.
I have her. She comes in different colors. I've got the one with the green dress, but she's lovely.
She's angry. I like her.
She is angry. Mhm.
Yeah. Those are the best kind. The angry cupies.
see, I'm not going to say Franciscan Starburst, though, Carrie. I leave that behind all the time because it's way too expensive. I wish I could save it every time I see it, but I cannot afford to do that. I do ogle over it, but I have to leave it behind a lot. That's the problem is even if stuff's like broken out here, it's still very expensive. So it's hard. I don't
Yeah.
know. Probably Holt Howard. If I find Holt
Oh,
Howard,
Oh,
yeah.
that's
as long as it's not astronomically expensive, but if it's anywhere near my price range, if I see it, I'm like, well, this is going in my cabinet and I hoard it. So
I
Yeah.
have an affinity for pottery.
okay.
Yeah.
So even if it's cracked or chipped or been glued back together, if it's the right price, I'll get it. Like I have a huge hall vase. I mean, it's that big, but the whole back was broke out of it, but it was glued back in, and I'm like, look at the front of it. It was
Right.
$10. I'm like, yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah.
Because I display the front, and it does not bother me a bit when something's chipped and cracked. I guess I feel like it's like me. I'm not perfect, and I have a lot of things wrong with me, but I still want to be loved.
Amen. That speaks to me too, Daniel.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
For me, it's definitely the Miss Press. I don't know what it is about her, but and
Well,
now my mother's collecting damaged Miss Press.
she's
So
elusive. She's hard to find.
Yeah.
I do love those elusive ones out there. Yes.
Pixies are another one. I'm gonna have a lot of Pixies in tomorrow's sale, by the way. If you like the
I
Pixies,
saw.
Nice.
I got a lot of them.
Yeah.
But those are things that I can't hardly leave behind either.
And I guess we'll just, so I'll just say this like really quick because I know a lot of people, well, not a lot, but a few people have been asking. I will say this now that it has been 1 week, am I more relaxed? Yes, I am. And the bottom line is this. On the nights that we do a lot of stuff, typically the next day, I am having to get up at 7 o'clock and go to work, and keeping in mind that I work for 11 hours, and I worked 11 hours by myself every single time that I went to work. I'm not complaining about that. That was the name of the game. That was the job, and I did it. However, there is a tremendous weight in that regard that has been lifted from me. And I guess, like, truthfully, one of the big deciding factors for me that I did not address in the video is the idea or concept of, well, I don't know how you could do that. And the answer is I did it very well on camera, but I did not do it very well behind the camera. I was extremely stressed, short-tempered. It just kind of felt like everything, frankly, was closing in on me. Space, time. I did nothing. I literally did nothing but get up, go to work, get on video, go shopping, film, edit, have a sale, pack, invoice, repeat. That was my life. And it just, I think truthfully, after we filed taxes and I looked at things and I got to actually speak with a professional and I was able to get the health insurance, and given everything that was going on personally, the stress that was going on personally, it was not worth it for me to continue to work for a company when it wasn't mine. You guys have, again, all been very supportive, incredibly so. So the decision was easier in that regard, but still there was a lot of hesitancy. So yes, I feel much more relaxed. So I can acknowledge that it's true. But yeah, and thank you everybody again. Yes. Yes, my short temper was not a nice short temper. It was, and I'll be honest with that. Just as that's not who I am by nature. But when I'm angry, I am like livid. There's nice, happy Michael. There's okay, whatever Michael, and then there's like full on rage Michael. So I'm kind of glad that that's not taking up such a big part of my mental and emotional space anymore. So yeah, and I have to thank Misty for being the one to.
Well, I wasn't the one. I mean, you've had a lot of.
No, you were, but you were the one. Frankly,
you prepared for it. You really. It wasn't it wasn't a decision that he took with a grain of salt. I mean, he really prepared for it and thought it all out. And you know what? It's a risk, and he knows that. And work to live, not live to work. Right, Mark? Poor Mark.
Oh.
12 years, Mark, right? Till he can retire. He's not counting
more.
See, and that's the thing where I'm at right now.
Okay.
is I have this fear that this is not going to work.
Okay.
Because I love doing this. And so now I am afraid that I would have to go back and try to work for people. And now that I've been on my own,
You don't want
I
to.
don't think I can do it.
Yeah.
I
Well,
honestly don't. I was at my breaking point when I left, as far as, all the years that I'm, even though I like being on social media and I like chatting with the people and stuff, I am kind of a reclusive type of person.
Yeah.
So being around other people and having that pressure put on you and that stress put on you and having to deal with different personalities and sometimes
Not being able
watching
to
your
turn it
back
off at a moment.
or all
Yeah.
that type. It's just, I like where I'm at right now. And so now I'm in the back of my mind, I'm in a fearful mode of please keep buying.
Well, you know what though? This might be a good kind of transition to talk about diversification a
Yeah.
little bit.
No, you're 100% right. Absolutely.
With this, it's having multiple streams of income and diversifying your income is absolutely something that you have to do, especially in sales,
Yeah.
because we're at the mercy of our customers. I mean, with inflation and with everything, all those things do have to be taken into consideration. So, there are options. I know Daniel and Jamie have both sold on Instagram as well, and eBay and Etsy. And so there's all kinds of different things that we can do to diversify our business. And I mean, it's still in sales and it's still selling vintage, but there's different platforms. And one that we're trying to get built is on Whatnot. And I know some of you probably have never heard of Whatnot before, but you really should look into it as both a buyer and a seller. There's some things that are going to have to be worked out, but I had my first Whatnot live sale last week, and it was
Look at Susan. I'm diversifying my outcome.
I know, Susan. Susan, I've seen you, Susan. I've seen you on. It is a shopping. And it's all auction, and it isn't just for Funko Pops anymore, folks. No, they're expanding, and we're trying to get to where vintage and antiques or estate sale and antiques is going to be in one of the main categories and not a drop down category. Lots of hoops at Whatnot. I honestly think that right now they are having such a influx and such a demand of people who want to sell on the platform right now that I think they might be a little overwhelmed. So I think
Well,
that
can I say something though? And Cindy, I'm gonna be truthful with you. I am actually gonna agree with you. I think that there are a lot of hoops to jump through. However,
isn't that good?
Yes, I think it's good.
Yeah.
Well,
you're going to get people that are committed and wanting to do
better
this.
Quality.
Yes.
Yeah.
There needs to be a few. I'm in discussion, but there needs to be a few more because if you're a seller on Whatnot, you have to please make sure that you are weighing your items, because I don't want to get into it because if people don't know what it is, but people are getting overcharged on shipping. Shipping heavier items is going to be a little bit of a stretch. But right now I'm starting with smalls. And I think that is the best way to do it, to get used to the platform, with ephemera, linens, salt and pepper shakers, smaller items that aren't going to be a big, heavy thing at this point, because I think there's some kinks that need to be worked out as far as the shipping is concerned.
And Sandra, that too, just that's the thing though, is that's what Misty was saying, and Amy's Rock and Pop Shop certainly is working to bring
Yep.
different, but that's a new category even within Whatnot. So that's going to take time, and a lot of very recognizable content creators, both from YouTube and Instagram, you will, and I don't want to announce, but you will be seeing more people appear on the platform, keeping in mind that we keep saying it is an app. And yes, it most certainly is an app, but you can view it also in a web browser at whatnot.com. So you do have that option too. So maybe if you're more familiar with the computer and you don't really like using the phone, you can still totally use it as a website versus an app.
I like it. I like watching sales on my laptop because you can see the catalog of what's coming next. That's another thing.
I like that.
On your phone
I'm a
too.
proponent of having your
I
catalog.
like that so much.
I know I do too. Having your catalog, it's you don't even have to have a picture. You could just
Put a picture though. I like the pictures.
I know I like the pictures too. I do like that. So there are different things that you can do, and I think that in time it's going to grow. I really do think it. And let me tell you, I did an ephemera sale and it took me 25 minutes to ship the ephemera that I sold. I sold 25 pieces of ephemera and it took me 25 minutes for shipping.
Because you don't have to invoice anything.
I don't have to invoice anybody.
Well, I'm gonna speak here.
Okay, speak on it.
From a perspective of somebody who's not smart technology wise.
Okay.
Doing the whatnot thing is very confusing. It is difficult for those of us who have trouble navigating stuff. And evidently you don't read everything, because I discovered there were things that I didn't do that I was supposed to do that I don't remember seeing that I was supposed to do it. So
in the application process.
In the application process. So I am working toward the platform, so we will see what happens, but I'm a little worried that I'm not going to do it right after struggling with the application process. So stay tuned for those of you who are like me. We will get through this with the help of Misty and Michael and everybody else that I will ask all kinds of questions to.
And the thing of it is, when you do that first sale, you don't know what to expect. I didn't know. I was nervous. I was, I had the butterflies in my stomach. Things didn't happen the way that I couldn't see the chat. So there were always the technical issues that come along with it. But the format is just remarkable. It's like everything that I could dream to have in a live sale was happening on. There is chat. Absolutely. People do chat. I chat. We have a fun time chatting up at the sales. There's a timer on the screen. There is an automatic, you can do a giveaway and that wheel just spins and it automatically picks the winner. There's
a soft close. You can make that. So if somebody bids at the last second, 10 more seconds get added to the clock.
Yep.
No sniping.
There's no need for just in case or
no need.
Convoluted, was it before the stop? Was it after the stop? All of that, it got completely taken care of. There's just a button you push if you want to bid, and it automatically ups the price.
I will say though, be careful though when you're pushing that button, because you can push that button an awful lot and it'll just increase your bid. So
you can't outbid yourself.
You can outbid yourself.
That's something I would love, is if it would change colors, the button.
Yeah.
You are the high bidder, turn it red. Don't push it. You're the high bidder already, or something.
Amy, I saw that Whatnot added stories today, and they're shoppable. So you can shop stories. You can also have things as a someone can, you can post it and they can claim it. They can buy it
now.
Yeah.
See, I'm sitting here listening to you guys, and I'm about to have a panic attack.
Don't worry.
I love it.
Listen, but Daniel, this is where I'm at with it. I agree with you. This is my thing with it. I think that it's going to be a learning curve for a lot of people, myself included. They're adding in a lot of things and they're coming very fast and furious with it. So my best advice to anybody that's interested in it, just start with the basics, try it out. Don't get hung up on all the bells and whistles. Exactly. Just tune in and watch
something
and have fun with it. And once you become familiar and comfortable with it, then you can look at maybe a different, and that's how I would approach it as a seller, is I
Daniel,
can't, like, I'll be like, oh my God, this is way too much to handle. Like,
don't
I just
you
want to sell
remember? Don't you remember how nervous you were when you first started doing your YouTube live sales?
Oh, I know. That's why I'm
You
going
can do
through
it.
with this, and I know
Yeah.
I'll get on the other side, but there's a lot of scary stuff until
Technology
we get
anxiety.
there. The whole thing
And
is, my whole thing with this, that it's being scary, is the thought of me looking like an idiot. That
See,
has
I don't
always,
worry about
no,
that.
that's always been my whole problem though, is I don't want to look stupid in front of somebody else.
I see.
Um, and not that I'm stupid, you know,
Yeah.
you
you
don't
know
want
what I
to.
mean. I
I
still
know
carry my
exactly what you
Yeah.
mean.
childhood thing
That's
of
a
not
normal
wanting to look,
feeling.
and
Amen.
I will be fine once I pick up on things, because I can pick up on things, but it may take me a while to understand it.
The best advice that I ever got was I had a public speaking course. And the professor said this to people that struggled with getting up in front of an audience, right? Is that imagine yourself and you are watching somebody give a speech. Okay, so you were in the audience and you were listening to the speaker. And the speaker begins to stumble. They're forgetting their point of view. They're stumbling over their words. Are you, as a member of the audience, sitting there laughing at them, ridiculing them mentally? Or are you sitting there like, come on, you got this, you got this, you got this, you got, do you know what I mean? Like 98% of
Yeah.
the people, if and fumbling, do you know what they're thinking? They're like, you got this, you got this, you got this. Are there going to be that 2% that are like, yeah, who
Yeah.
cares? Who cares 2%? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, okay. You have
Yeah.
to focus on the 98% of the people that are willing you and wanting you, and they're right there with you, wanting you to succeed.
And you know
Well,
what? There are glitches sometimes, and the difference is, okay, you know, when you're having problems on your when you're live on YouTube and you have like, oh, you have to start a new link and all that kind of stuff. You don't have to do that. If you have issues, you have to go back out. You just come right back in, and you're right where you left off. All your people are still there. You're not worried about, oh, you guys gonna come back. You
Come
know,
find me. Yeah.
come back. You
well,
know,
and
so
it sounds amazing, and I am looking very forward to it, but it's just my inner self, just,
absolutely,
fighting with myself on, you'll get through this. Don't
you
worry
will.
about being stupid about something. That's how you learn. I mean,
Right.
so it's just that type of struggle.
Well,
And
and
also
I
not
think
being the smartest. I
Technology.
I'm so, have so much admiration for all of you who can just go in and do all this stuff. And it just makes me think, man, I wished I was the smartest then.
Well, but
if you go right now, everyone's learning how to do it right now.
absolutely.
You go watch these sales, it'll be like my first whatnot sale, and they're like, where'd my thing go? I mean, everyone's fumbling
Everybody's
through it
doing
right
that.
now because
I
nobody
did it.
knows what they're doing,
I
Yeah.
did
so
it.
starting now is good because you're starting fresh with everyone else where nobody really knows exactly what they're doing.
Yeah.
If you
Well,
start 6
and it's
months
so
from now,
different too, because you have to do the application process and you
Yeah.
have to choose a cat, which I think I totally chose the wrong. I think I'm also in the wrong category too, is another
I
thing.
believe you can change it. You're not
Yeah.
stuck.
So I'm
You're not
waiting
stuck.
for my little talk and to be in the
yeah,
middle
me
of,
too.
here's what my thought, here's my thoughts. So we're in the middle of class and I have discovered I should not be in geometry. I should be over in reading. And the teacher calls you out in the middle of it. You don't belong here.
Do
Well,
you, Daniel, this one time, okay, swear to you, this is a true story. So it was like English lit, like 201 or whatever. And, they do like, this was in college. So whatever, they do the roster and everything like that. And it was like the first class, and it was like, oh, whatever, like my name wasn't called. No, I'm supposed to be here. Okay. 2 weeks, 2 weeks. 2 weeks I was in the wrong class. Totally was supposed to be, and swear to God, right hand, right up. Like, it happens, man. So what?
oh man.
Well,
So yeah,
yeah.
there is some there are some criteria, and the one thing that, or not the one thing, but one of the things that I like about the platform is that there is a criterion that, so with your shipping, you have to ship your item within 2 days, 2 business days. So, I like that, but that's something that as a seller, you're going to have to plan ahead and be like, okay, I have 2 business days. So maybe you want to have your sale on a Friday if you think it's going to take you, the weekend to ship out your items. So I
Then
do
sell on a
like,
Friday, not on a Thursday.
not on a Thursday or not on a Monday. If you know what I mean? So it is going to take some planning on your part with your, with your scheduling to know if you're going to be able to meet up to that criteria. And I like that. I do like that. There's also a rating system. So your customers can rate their purchases from you. So I think that there is some accountability a little bit, and that appeals to me.
Well, that's the thing, because Snowbird is saying, I bet eBay finds a way to do a live auction. They are currently
They
doing
are
that.
the working.
They're actively looking at how to host live sales. The thing with I feel bad for putting this out there, but I feel like the big difference between eBay doing it and Whatnot doing it is that Whatnot is a selling platform, but it's almost like they're taking eBay and Instagram and mushing them together. So it's
Yeah.
this social media selling platform where eBay is selling. And there is something to be said. eBay is not going to go anywhere. It
No.
ain't going anywhere. People are going to prefer selling on eBay Live. Some people are going to prefer selling on YouTube Live. Some people are going to prefer selling on Whatnot. So to like the original point though is that if you are going to be a reseller, and especially if you're going to do it full time, it is really smart to do things like Jamie's doing eBay and Etsy. She's not just doing eBay. That's me. Like I want to do live sales. I want to do eBay, and I'll also do Whatnot. If eBay wants to come along and says you can do a live sale here, well, shoot, guess I'm gonna try that
Guess I'm
too.
going to go there too. Absolutely.
I
Darn
want to be
stupid.
everywhere.
Okay, so on that point, I have a question for you all. Because as
12.
Yeah.
Sorry.
so, those of us inquiring minds who are less developed, less developed channels.
I love Daniel's analogies. They're so sad. They make me happy.
So, how in the heck do you guys do it? How do you have 15,000 sales with 150,000 items and do all that shipping and do you have a life?
No. I mean,
I feel that I have more of one now.
I
You do
do
now, yeah.
that's what I was going to say. I have a life, but it's all encompassing what I love.
But here's
And I
my
love
thing.
around it.
I want to grow my business. I do. I'm not for sure mentally if I can handle what you guys do because I don't understand how you do that much stuff.
Mind over matter.
Lots of caffeine.
Because I watch. I mean, let's take for instance. There's
Okay.
Misty, Michael, Sarah, and David. They're everywhere and they're together all the time and they're doing all these sales and some of them are also on Instagram. And I'm just sitting there going, I am comfortable where I'm at with 2 sales a week, but yet I know I need to grow more. But mentally, I'm not for sure if I could get that far without just breaking down because I would feel so overwhelmed. How do you do it? We all want to know, don't we? Tacky Troop. We all want to know, don't we?
Well, I mean, I run a tight ship. I keep everything written down by hand because I can't do it electronically. And I know like Thursdays, I don't do anything but ship, 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 ship. That's it. And if I don't get my shipping done, I don't get to go shopping on Friday. So I have to hold those contentions over my head. and or it won't get done. And yeah, I mean, I work all the time. I work more now than what I have ever worked in my entire life, but it's a different kind of work. It's one I'm passionate about. I love it, and I does it too, and likes to do it. You know, he likes to go shopping and stuff with me, but I only go shopping once a week. Sometimes not, and that's mainly because I need content.
Yeah.
So I don't need the stuff, but I need the content.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I think that it I I love the life that I have, and I love what I do.
Yeah, I agree. It's time management at the end of the day. But you also have to understand that, like, Sunday night, oh, let's take Sunday night for an example. Sunday night, that day and time was done because I wanted to do a live sale on my channel. I didn't have any other days that would really be available, so I went with Sunday. And then that turned into 4-Eyed Vintage over time. Tuesday we were doing, because again, that was when we could all meet together. So that was just the date and time. Tuesday, I know, and I have not, nor will I not say, well, I don't have work. Um, I always pack everything immediately after the sale. Immediately after the sale. I don't think, oh, well, I can do that tomorrow. No, I'm going to do it right now. Because
Discipline.
what about tomorrow? What can I do tomorrow for my business? Then I need to go shopping and I need to film. And then I know coming up, I'm going to be helping out Sarah and David on their sales. So for the next few Thursdays, I'll be filming it, and Misty will be joining me next week for that. So it's like
Next
time
week.
management. It's like,
Next week.
okay, don't do that. I don't. It's like,
We were confused on our weeks.
I was like, what? So it's time management. I don't put anything off doing what could be done today till tomorrow. I do it then, I do it now. And if I could do something that could be done next week, today, I'm going to do that today instead of next week. I do not procrastinate.
No,
Yeah.
Do
can't.
not procrastinate. If you procrastinate, this is your business. This is your bills. This is your feud. It's your insurance. There ain't no putting any of that off.
Yeah.
There ain't. You can't. The bill man don't care. The bill man ain't gonna say, "Oh, we'll see me tomorrow." He don't care. He wants his money today. He wanted it yesterday. I'm gonna have it.
Yep.
That's just it. That's why, like, that's the one thing I didn't fear about becoming full time. I ain't afraid to work. I'll do it.
Yeah.
What you got?
I do too, Christine. I schedule tasks at specific times. I have to do it that way. I know that this time I'm doing this. 1 o'clock I'm doing that. 2 o'clock I'm doing this. And I think the key though too, Dan, and you all know this, is not doing, if you have a shorter sale, that's more beneficial than having a long sale. If you're selling quality items within that 30 minutes, that's going to be much more time manageable for you than selling, a bunch of, $8-9 options, and then you're having a very long sale. Because if you're on camera for 5 hours, well, you could have been on camera for 2 hours, and then those other 3 hours you could have got your shipping done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I used to have 60, 70 things at one sale, and I didn't do it.
I admire all of you who do the volume that you do, because to me it's like, that's what is so sort of enticing about Whatnot, because it's the shipping and the invoicing that gets me. I mean, I do it. I'm very about getting things done and getting it out. That stresses me.
He is good at that.
Scares me, all that stuff. But if I didn't, if all I had to do was pack things up and put the thing on it and put it in. Right now, I pack the things up and then I invoice, and then you print the thing out, and then you have to put them in another room because I might be doing another sale or something before I can go get them to the post office and all that. So to see the volume that you guys do, I'm a very big admirer of that, and I want to get there. But sometimes I think I know me too. What overwhelms me,
Mhm.
so I'm a little leery on that. But
And
I just have to say, I'm fascinated by you guys.
Well, what else you got to do?
Huh?
What else you got to do?
Here's the thing. We have to go back to me being lazy.
Well, stop it.
I have to have, especially after sale, Michael can go and he can go do that. I have to step back from what I just absorbed from all the chat and
It's a
all the
lot.
people and
Mhm.
all the stuff going on. I am the type of personality that has to step back from all that, let it go, and then come back, and then I can do my work.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I
Mhm.
I have to
You
have
have to kind of
downtime.
disengage. You have to
Yeah.
like have that. If you're an introvert
You
and
need
you've been
quiet
around
time.
people too much, you got to recharge. And I
Yeah.
see, I'm not like that. I can go, 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 go.
Well, I don't get to whether I want to or not because a kid is
Little
always
kid.
needing something. My life for the last 5 years, since having almost 6 now, it's every minute of the day is scheduled, especially if you have a newborn and you're feeding around the clock and stuff.
Yeah.
Like literally every single minute is scheduled, and I've been able to like, not be as crazy about that as they get older, but still it's like getting them to school on time, getting them waking up, getting dressed, getting breakfast, like the whole day is so I
Yeah.
have like my certain hours of work, and that's the only hours I really have. So it's like we're getting it all done right this second, because if I sit down and watch TV or read a book, what's that? I don't even know where are my
I
books.
used to crochet.
Oh.
No.
No, that's
Read.
like
I
grandmas
admire,
do that.
that's another thing. I admire all the people, well, not only the ones who work full time, which obviously I've done that and did this part time too.
Yeah.
So I know that. But the people who have families
Mhm.
that you, not in a bad way, but that you can't get away from, I can't imagine that. Me being me, this is why I am here reclused away in my home. Because I can't imagine all that energy all
It's a
the
lot.
time would just overwhelm me.
I
So kudos to all those who
I'm
are doing families, doing work, doing
it's
what they also love. All of,
yeah.
I mean, you all have my admiration.
I get like, okay, mom is going into the office and shutting the door, and I mean I can only obviously do that when Blake is home, but it's like everyone leave me the alone now. But that's also when it's like if I have shipping to do, it's like I have an excuse. Like, oh,
Right.
mom's shipping now, slam the door, deadbolt. Nobody needs anything from me for a little while. And it's my like alone time, and I just can package stuff up, and I love it. So I don't, it's hard. I didn't realize before I had kids how hard it would be to have people constantly needing stuff from you. Like really, it was like you don't, it's constant.
Yeah.
Constant, and you don't realize like it can be 3 a.m. in the middle of the night and they're still going to need something from you. So
Oh no.
And that will never change. Even as they're adults, they'll always
they're
need
going to just need money and different things from you.
it just changes what they do need from you, but they're always going to
You
need
just have to, it's hard, but you have to just like carve out the time that you need to do what you need to do to make yourself not go crazy and homicidal.
Well, I also want to say
Murder.
to the newer ones, because I'm always speaking to the newer ones, because I always feel like I'm newer at the, younger at this, less established. So to all of those people out there who are just starting on this, the thing I've also learned is you have to change and adjust.
Yeah.
You have to find out what does work for you, or try something out. And if it doesn't work for you, change it. I mean, that's just like there are things coming up that I have in the works because I needed to change some things to make it even better for me. So that's the trick, is not staying static.
Yes.
Yeah.
And listening to yourself and learning what really does work for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you know what did not work for me was working in an office. When I had an office job, and I learned that luckily early on in my, adulthood, right out of college, right into some offices. And there's an extra added fun of being in Southern California, and you have, 2.5, 3 hours of drive time every day sitting in traffic. I really was absolutely miserable because all I was doing was getting up in the morning, sitting on the freeway for an hour and a half, working for somebody else to get rich for 9 hours a day, and then driving back home for another hour and a half on the freeway, and then going to sleep. And talk about not having any time to do anything for yourself. And then all you're doing all day long is just being miserable.
Yeah.
So I will still take this version of busy and chaos and crazy over that all day long.
Amen.
And so I went and I became a graphic designer and started working at home doing that, because I was like, well, I can at least cut the commute out if I just have to go from bed to computer.
Yeah.
So there's 3 hours a day that I gain back for myself doing that. So that's how I kind of transitioned into being self-employed. So I'm used to that part now. And now I've just kind of stopped doing graphic design because I got sick of that, and I'm doing this. So I still prefer this over all of that other crap that I've ever done.
Yeah.
It's busy and crazy and chaotic and
and
everywhere.
What I like about doing this too is you can set your own time.
Yes.
So if I need to shut down for a while, I can come back in 3 or 4 hours and stay up till midnight or 1 o'clock and not have to worry that I have to be at work at 7. And then people are wondering why I'm gripey and I'm not doing my job and all this stuff. Well, I can be gripey and not doing my job, but that's up to me the next day. That's on me. So I do. That's why I said I'm in the fear mode right now. I want this to continue to keep working because I'm loving it. I love the freedom of this and the getting to know other people. And I mean, I would have never met you people ever.
There's so much freedom in it, but sometimes, though, having said that, sometimes we do overextend ourselves a little bit, and then we're stressed. But it's a different kind of stress than it was when I was working for somebody else. It's a different kind of stress. It's a stress that I kind of feel sometimes you feel like you have control over the stress, but then sometimes you're just like, well, I've put myself in this stressful situation. I've done it for me, but in the end, it all works out.
But you get the gains from it. That's what I like what Jamie was saying.
You're stressed out for yourself.
Yeah.
Not for somebody else.
You don't have somebody else making you stressed out.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to do it, because you're there to do it for them.
Yes.
Right.
But I do have Mark that's like, because I used to sell out of my home, but we had the building that's basically where I work. That's where I work.
Where you work.
That's my place of employment. Yeah. And he's like, you need to come home now, because I literally could be there 24 hours, 7 days a week, and continuously, there's always something that I would want to do, but
And I think I just want to pop this one back up there, because Christine Grey Wolf is saying that one thing that one big drawback about it, though, I think, is there's still a stigma with small businesses or self-employed individuals, is that a lot of people have a tendency to think that you have all of this free time and you can do everything or anything for anybody at any time, because you're just working for home. You're just you're your own boss.
Whatever you want.
Your own, okay.
Well, I don't want to work at 3 a.m. So I'm not going to go do whatever crap you need me to do for you right now.
Yeah. Yeah, and Catherine's saying she's had to break up, quote unquote, of course, with customers because of this. Boundaries are important. And I think that's also another thing. And it goes back to what Misty was saying, though, is that sometimes you can find that you've overextended yourself. But discovering your own boundaries, being self employed, that's a learning process. And you don't know until you're like, oh, probably shouldn't have done that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think though sometimes we have these sales and we have these chats, and we're used to seeing each other and each other's names in the chats and at the sales. But ultimately we don't. I mean, we're in this community, but we don't really know each other, technically. And I think sometimes people can feel like they know you a little, like, well, I'm there all the time at your sales. And there is a boundary there. I mean, at the end of the day, I want everyone to come and have fun, and I'm having fun with them as well. But I also have to rein it in a little bit because I'm also trying to earn a living at the same time.
It's your business.
It's my business.
Yeah.
It's like I said on one of my talks, I don't owe you anything, and you do not owe me anything.
Yeah.
I mean, we have to be realistic about that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to say I don't owe you anything as far as getting your item there, making sure it's safe, doing it quick as I can, all that stuff. But otherwise, I don't owe you anything because you've been coming and shopping with me any more than Walmart owes you for shopping at Walmart.
Right.
Or you do not owe me nothing.
Right.
So, I mean,
what I owe you is that, what you owe me is that you're paying for your item, and what I owe you is that I'm getting it to you in a timely manner.
Yeah.
That's all we owe each other, honestly, in this transaction of
vintage. And that's only to the people who buy things. People who are just viewers
they don't owe us anything.
They sometimes I feel like they think you are supposed to change what you're doing or how you're filming or how your videos are because they don't like them. Well, no.
Don't watch.
You don't have to watch it. I don't owe you not having music running in the background of my video. I want the music there. I had to have the music there. Otherwise, it's going to be a silent film. So,
I had someone tell me, stop singing "Oh Canada" in your videos. Signed a Canadian. I was like,
oh, signed the Canadian.
Maybe
I thought Canadians were supposed to be nice.
Entire country. I don't know.
It's off all of Canada.
Right, way to go.
I thought Canadians were friendly. They got good snacks.
Well, hey. She says, "Oh, Canada."
Oh, Canada. No, they said don't do that anymore. Don't.
Jenny thing, that wasn't real.
It was from the United States that moved to Canada.
They're a transplant.
Yeah.
No, but you can sometimes, you see things in the comments, and I think that if you try to change what someone says, listen, it's good and they're all good and dandy. They're up there being in the peanut gallery, but until they're sitting in this chair or they're sitting in your chair and they're in your business, they can't comment. They have no clue what all goes into it. So
I figure all of the people who comment negative things about like video editing, all those little nitpicky things that some people talk about, like, good luck. Let me see your videos because I bet you hardly know how to turn on your computer. Like there's people who just think like, oh, I don't like what did someone said?
I don't like it when you film.
I had a funny one the other day that didn't even say like I don't. It was just like a command. It was just like no music or whatever it was. It was just like no music, real big. And I'm just like no commenting.
Right.
Like.
Well, I'm just going to put it out there.
For everything,
I will never stop singing the stop song.
No,
just so you all know, it will never happen.
No,
the stop song will always be there.
Yes. Yes.
And if you don't like that, you're not the right person to be watching
And
this lovely person selling things.
here's
You're just
the
the
other
wrong
thing.
personality type. You're too
Right.
grumpy. Just move along. Find somebody boring to watch.
And the people that are like, well, you owe me this because I bought this from you. Well, you know what? There are like 15 other people that would buy that thing too, and
Yeah.
just go stand in line.
And
I
you
mean,
can go buy somewhere else too.
Right.
There's other sales. You don't have to buy from me if you don't like me and what I'm doing and what I'm saying and what I'm. Don't buy from me then. Don't watch my videos then. I don't care.
Well,
I want you
can be
here.
mean.
I think it's one of those situations. I can't but help it, and it's not to say that sometimes it doesn't get under my skin and make me a little angry.
Yeah.
But a lot of those people, it's like you have to feel bad for them because it's just. And Daniel, I think that you can speak to it there too, especially being a lot of retail workers can speak to it. It's not a question of that it doesn't upset you or offend you, but a lot of those people, it's so sad that they're so quick to try to treat somebody else disrespectfully because they themselves have been treated some kind of way. And instead of like resolving, owning, or working on that, they like perpetuate it, they project it onto somebody else as a means to kind of alleviate that emotional and mental pressure that they themselves are feeling. It's very sad and tragic when you think about it that way. And my best suggestion is that when you get those, just pin those comments right to the beginning of the video.
Sometimes
if
that's
you
a
want
good
a voice,
tactic.
then I'm going to give you a voice right here. And everybody can see it and everybody can choose to reply to it. And if
they
the
do.
heat gets a little too hot, then you can excuse and delete your own comment.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I used to just delete those and then I stopped deleting them because I'm like, people need to know that there are people out there being nasty and saying crappy things. So, but I will block them so they cannot retort.
Right.
Which is when I found that out, where their comment doesn't go away even after you block them. I was like, oh, it's on, because then I can say what I need to say and they cannot say a dang thing because it's my channel.
Yeah. So, sometimes it's good to let other people take care of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because the gas attendants obviously are out there pumping the oil, importing it. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And I'm sure all the retail people have gotten all that because of the masks and stuff too lately.
That was
coming in. I was at a thrift store one time getting rung up, and someone came in and he asked, "Put on your mask," and she just lost her on him. And he was like, I don't make these rules. Like, I don't own this place. He was probably making $10 an hour. He was just like, I don't make enough money to deal with this.
Right.
And she was just laying into him. I'm like, lady, this is not his fault. Why are you taking it out on him? You're taking it out on the wrong person. Like, I don't know, go storm the Capitol or something. I don't know. Do something else, but this is not the right place.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, listen, we are getting close to our 10 o'clock, so we've got to end this on a happy note. So, damn it.
Well, can I show something?
You 100% can.
So, do you guys like my shirt?
I love that shirt.
YouTube Vintage Community Member.
Cute.
So these shirts are going to be available. I can't remember what day she told me, but I think next week on Ariana, the Withering Cottage, she is going to be taking orders for these shirts. And they're very soft, and she designed them herself, and they are printed at a local to her print shop.
So there's a small business supporting another small business. Yep. That's what it's all about. And I think that that's such a tremendous thing, though, too, is that a lot of content creators can forget the importance or the impact that they may have on a small business. I know there have been a number of times when I have gone back to several places and they have personally thanked me for doing a video because they've had people call, they've had people so my ability as a small business to support another small business, and then you guys are out there calling them or stopping in, that is such a tremendously humbling experience and feeling. Like, That's amazing, and that's what this community is about, and that's what makes those t-shirts so amazing. Ariana, she's probably tucking in the little one
She's a
right
little baby.
now. Yeah.
It's a school night.
So before we wrap it up, Jamie, Daniel, do you guys have anything planned for this week? Or can we
A little
see
bit.
any? I wonder. And I did not know that, Jamie, I did not know that Misty, that this was your week.
It was perfect.
That's not the first time we've done that, which is really freaky, but okay. Yeah,
You have ESP.
I get it.
So yeah, I'm going to be on Misty sale on Wednesday.
1 o'clock Eastern.
Yeah, 10 my time. That's all I keep track of. And Wednesday nights, Blake and I do a live show now. He talked me into that because, again, I'm exact opposite of Daniel, where I was like, I'll just do lots of recorded videos and never, ever, ever go live on my channel. That's wonderful. And Blake's like, you should probably do both. And I was like,
are you
you're
gonna
sit next to me?
Are you gonna start selling some things on those?
I don't know. As of right now, we're not, but it depends. If more people are showing up and there's more and people want that, then we could. But maybe probably like more like the way Laura and Mary Beth do it, where it's not the only thing we're doing.
Yeah.
Because it is very late for people. We start at 8 Pacific. So that's, everyone's asleep. So, and we only do that because, again, it's like the kids are in bed.
Yeah.
You got to do what works
Blake
for
and
you.
I can do it together.
That's right. You got to do what works for you.
Exactly. So, but what we do is whatever videos I've posted in between the shows, I'll do the live haul of the stuff that I got in those videos. So it is a shopping opportunity because I'm showing you the stuff that's going to be for sale eventually at some point. And again, it's like, email me if you want any of this stuff. So that's kind of how we're doing it now at this point. It might start moving into, 5 things, 10 things here and there, but we'll see. But that's all, I think, all I got going on this week.
Right on.
I feel like there's more, but I'm probably forgetting.
Mr. Tacky, how about you while Jamie thinks? She's wrapping up right.
Well, I do a lot. So tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, Tacky and Junk live sale with Barbie from Funk and Junk. We have it every Tuesday, 9:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. It's on my channel this week. Then Thursdays now, I have a talk show with Dolores from England, Miss Damn Jewelry. We have a talk show that has nothing to do with resale. It gives me a break from resale. Dolores picks something for her week, and then I pick a topic for my week, and we just chat about, different things that have nothing to do with resale whatsoever. It's just a break to get away from things. Sometimes we talk about serious things, which is usually me. I can get on my high horse, and I will.
Okay.
I do, and I will. I will stand up.
He's very authentically Daniel, and it's great.
Yeah,
and then Fridays, I do a half-hour little live chat, and sometimes it's just a chat, and I do get on my high horse, and sometimes it's a live chat with one item, and I call it extra large because I decided, unlike Misty, shipping stresses me out.
Love it.
I decided to do one item that was larger, that cost more. I could invoice that day, get it all packed up how I need it to be without anything else.
Yeah.
That always stressed me, trying to fit other things into a box with these things. So I do that on Friday, and then Sunday is my Tacky Like Sunday morning live sale at 9:30 a.m. Central Standard Time.
Is it Central Standard Time?
Central Standard Time.
Daylight savings time.
Central.
Yes, we're at the cusp now where it's not standard, it's daylight.
I just say Central, so it stays the same.
Yeah, I do too. I say Pacific.
When it switches, it's Central. It doesn't matter if it's standard or daylight. It's Central.
Right.
Yeah.
Mr. Pate, How about you, lady?
Tomorrow, Michael and I have a sale at 1 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time. Tiger, I did it, Tiger. Tiger's like, say it correctly, Misty.
Arizona is, yeah.
So that is tomorrow. And then Wednesday at 1 o'clock Eastern, Jamie and I are having a live sale. And then I am having, before Jamie and my sale, I'm having a sale at 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern. Sorry for all of you West Coast people, but on Whatnot. So I am Thrifter Junker Misty on Whatnot, and I'm selling all ephemera, antique and vintage ephemera. And if you like antique catalogs, I got some good ones tomorrow or Wednesday.
Ooh.
And then Sunday night is going to be, Michael and I are going to be on vintage, on 4-eyed vintage, but it's going to be actually 4 eyes.
Yeah, literally.
Because Sarah and David are going to be on vacation, so it's just going to be Michael and I.
And speaking about that, you guys, this week, well, actually the next 2 weeks, well, this week I am going to be hosting on my channel Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern time, 8 p.m. Eastern. I will be hosting the Vintage Quartet. So it's going to be myself. It will be Jason from Mother Tuckers. His wife, Tina, will also be on the sale. And Bill K, Garden Guy, Bill K, you know him from the tents. Bill will also be on. So again, that's going to be here in the Cult of Vintage, and that's Thursday at 8 p.m. So yeah, tune in if you can make it. We'd appreciate it. So that is it, you guys. I think we had a great night. Time flew by, I gotta say. Jamie, Daniel, thank you once again for agreeing to be with us. You guys don't forget that down in the description of the video, again, all the links are there. So if you're not following anybody on the screen by accident, of course, made it super easy for you just to click that link and then you just hit subscribe. Don't forget to engage in the content, watch the videos, gives a thumbs up. Leave a comment. You can start by leaving a thumbs up on this video if you haven't already. We would appreciate it. And yeah, stay tuned.
Make sure you come over tomorrow and hang out with us on Daniel's sale.
Come over and hang out.
Yeah.
Sure. And bring your thumbs, though.
Yes.
That's right.
I'll be there, Daniel.
Throw your thumbs. Throw your thumbs.
I'm always pimping out my thumbs.
I'm gonna throw my thumbs.
You gotta bring them.
I'm going to throw my thumbs and my big toes at you, Daniel.
Whatever works, Misty. I'll take it.
It's that kind of show, isn't it, Daniel? Mm-hmm.
One never knows.
You guys, thank you all again for being with us tonight. We appreciate it. We hope you all have a wonderful rest of the evening. Don't forget, Misty and I will be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern on Misty's channel, Thrifter Junker Vintage Hunter. You guys, thank you for being with us all tonight. You all have a good night.
Bye.
Bye, guys.